recognize the ranking member for her question period.
Thank you so much. You said the entity, and it made me think of Mission Impossible. So, Mr. McGuire, what would you say are some of the potential security concerns with offshoring our most sensitive AI technologies to a country, say, like Saudi Arabia?
So I think you have some physical and cybersecurity concerns that obviously these are kind of very difficult environments to operate in. So you want to make sure that the chips are physically secure, also that the models are secure in the locations. And you also want to make sure that the compute that's in those locations is not being used to help our adversaries or otherwise undermine U.S. national security.
Thank you. That was succinct and illuminating. I agree. I think it's important. And I actually would hope, Mr. Chair, that on behalf of the subcommittee, you could request a classified briefing kind of on this agreement that just happened so that we get some more visibility and daylight into it and can maybe bring back other folks to help us understand all of the things that may or may not be in the agreement that just happened.
If you don't mind, there are discussions on some classified briefings for a number of issues, but that would be one of them.
See, that's why you're a great chair. So, Mr. Wolf, I think that you can undermine the effectiveness of export controls when you make export controls negotiable. What do you think about that?
I agree. I'm a purist. If something warrants control because of national security concerns, it might go to bad end use. Bad end use or bad destination, it should be controlled. If not, then not. And the moment you start negotiating on that, you compromise that national security objective. That's been the rule forever. Things are different now, with, as in the previous set of questions, with the leverage China has with respect to the rare earth topic, changing that fundamental calculus. And it's extremely complex, other than developing supply chain autonomy, as CFR came out the other day in terms of supply chain security issues, particularly on rare earths. We're sort of short right now for good ideas to address that. But fundamentally, what you say is absolutely correct.
Right. And even though things may be different now, what should never be different is that national security, our national security, should never be negotiable.
Yes.
So and it should not also ever be for sale. So, Mr. McGuire, does charging a 15% fee do anything to address the national concerns of selling an advanced AI chip like the H20 to China?
With the caveat that I would defer to counsel on the legality of those provisions, no, I don't think it does.
Okay. Well, so I think we have an administration that when they want something, they get it done. I'm going to just say that because they've wanted to do a lot of things and they've been getting them done, right? So I think we should be thinking about that. And we should also be thinking about revenue schemes when it comes to things like these AR chips. So, Mr. McGuire, do you think that selling Blackwell chips to China would harm our national security?
Yes, I do. And I was very pleased that the president said that that was not the plan.
Right. But once again, not saying that there's not going to be a plan, and then, for example, having a big glossy dinner like what we saw last night, I think should raise concerns for any China hawk or person who's invested in our national security. And I just have to say, this room should actually be full of people. We should actually be in the larger hearing committee room because of the event that happened last night where you saw AI titans embracing the administration. And then we hear this deal, and while 35,000 Blackwell chips might not sound like over 100,000, it still should raise the ire enough for everyone to want to be in this committee asking questions about what happened, about what's in this agreement, about what's in this deal. I remember last year, former chair, when we had the Secretary of State in our hearing room asking questions to a room full of interested people, asking real probative questions about national security and what was at stake. And I think that agreement that was made yesterday, I think that dinner that happened yesterday should have everyone's eyes wide open about the 5-alarm fire that we could potentially be grappling with the revenue schemes and the profit-selling questionable schemes of these chips. Mr. McGuire, you said yourself that SME is the most advanced technology on the planet, and we should be asking these kinds of questions every single time we get. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for indulging me for those extra seconds, and I yield back.
The chair wasn't paying attention, but sure, yes.